Imagine a duchess once defined by grand estates and royal luxury, now standing on the edge of a total financial collapse. The palace doors have been locked, the titles stripped away, and the one person who stood by her has finally become a liability she can no longer afford. Sarah Ferguson isn't just facing an empty bank account. She's facing a cold new reality where her only remaining lifeline is the very daughters she's now reportedly pushing to the breaking point. As whispers of a high-stakes, multi-million-dollar villain pivot begin to surface, the question isn't just about where she'll live, it's about who she's willing to sacrifice to stay in the spotlight. Why is her latest gamble being called a thorn in the crown? And what is the one secret that could end her relationship with Beatrice and Eugenie for good? We're diving into the hidden side of this royal crisis, and you won't believe the ultimatum that was just delivered behind closed doors. If you want to stay ahead of the stories the headlines are too afraid to touch, join our channel by hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications. It's the best way to make sure you never miss a beat of the drama. Now, let's get into the real reason the York family is currently in a state of absolute panic. The luxury of the Royal Lodge is now nothing more than a fading memory for Sarah Ferguson. Insiders say the former Duchess is currently living a nomadic existence, drifting between the spare rooms of lingering friends who are becoming increasingly weary of her presence. It's a staggering fall from grace. Reports suggest her credit cards have finally hit their absolute limit, and the high-flying lifestyle she once maintained has evaporated into a cloud of debt. She's allegedly found herself in a position where she's essentially radioactive in social circles. Those who once clamored for an invitation to her table are now reportedly screening her calls. It's claimed that Sarah's financial woes have become so severe that she's no longer looking for a temporary fix, but a total rescue. And that is exactly where the pressure begins to mount on her two daughters. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are reportedly being squeezed like never before. Sources indicate that Sarah has been increasingly vocal about her desperate situation, framing her survival as a family responsibility. But there's a catch that Sarah hasn't fully accounted for. It isn't just about the money anymore. It's about the reputation of the next generation of royals. It is believed that the sisters are currently caught in a grueling tug-of-war between their loyalty to their mother and their duty to the crown. Every time they reach out to help, they risk being pulled down into the financial quicksand with her. Rumors indicate that Sarah has been making grand promises of future windfalls from mystery deals. But for Beatrice and Eugenie, those promises are starting to sound like hollow echoes. The tension within the family has reached a boiling point, and the girls are reportedly at a breaking point. But while Sarah is busy trying to secure her next meal ticket, she's completely overlooked a massive roadblock standing directly in her path. A roadblock that wears a wedding ring and has absolutely no intention of letting Sarah drain the family coffers. To understand why this situation is about to get much more explosive, we have to look at the two men who have just stepped in to say, enough is enough. The royal unity Sarah Ferguson once championed has reportedly hit a brick wall, and that wall is made of two very specific names, Edoardo Mapelli-Mozzi and Jack Brooksbank. It is claimed that the husbands of Beatrice and Eugenie have essentially staged an intervention to stop the financial bleeding. Reports suggest that as Sarah's mountain of debt continues to grow, the two men have made it clear that their own assets and family futures are strictly off limits. It's a brutal dynamic. While Sarah allegedly views her daughters as her final safety net, their husbands reportedly see her as a liability that could sink them all. Sources indicate that Edo, a savvy property tycoon, and Jack, who has worked hard to maintain his own business standing, are terrified of contagion. They fear that being linked to Sarah's mounting legal and financial struggles will tarnish their reputations in the high-stakes world of global business. Rumors indicate the tension has turned family gatherings into ice-cold standoffs. It is believed that behind closed doors, Sarah has pleaded for just one more loan to bridge the gap until her next project lands. But insiders say the answer from the sons-in-law has been a firm, unwavering no. This isn't just a disagreement over money. It's a battle for the very survival of their social standing. As the pressure piles on, the sisters are allegedly being forced to choose between the mother who raised them and the men they've built lives with. It's a no-win scenario that has reportedly left both Beatrice and Eugenie in a state of constant anxiety. But while the husbands are blocking the front door, Sarah is claimed to be looking for a back exit, one that involves a move so public and so controversial it could change the face of the monarchy forever. She's reportedly ready to stop asking for permission and start telling her own story, regardless of who it hurts. But to pull it off, she needs a platform, and she's allegedly already in secret talks with the one person the royal family fears most. To find out who Sarah is about to team up with, we have to look at the high-stakes meeting that just took place in a private villa far from the eyes of the palace. Sarah Ferguson is allegedly ready to play the ultimate traitor card, and reports suggest the target is none other than her own ex-husband, Andrew. Sources indicate that with her back against the wall and her bank accounts drained, Sarah is quietly entertaining a staggering $2.4 million offer for a tell-all documentary series. It is claimed that she is no longer interested in protecting the York unity if it means her own financial ruin. The timing couldn't be worse for the family. Rumors indicate that while Sarah is weighing this massive payday, Princess Eugenie is navigating the delicate early stages of her third pregnancy. It is believed the stress of their mother's potential betrayal has left both sisters in a state of constant dread. They aren't just worried about the headlines, they are reportedly terrified that Sarah has receipts, private emails and memorabilia that could permanently dismantle what's left of their father's reputation. Insiders say Sarah feels she has been the sacrificial lamb for too long. According to sources, she has been telling friends that she is tired of living off freebies in expensive alpine chalets while the rest of the family remains safely behind palace walls. It is claimed she is ready to burn the bridge once and for all, even if it means becoming a permanent thorn in the crown for King Charles and Prince William. But as she prepares to pull the trigger on this million-dollar deal, a new and unexpected threat has emerged from her past. Reports suggest a nearly £19 million legal shadow has just resurfaced, and it's not just a threat to her bank account, it's a threat to her freedom. To understand why Sarah's get-rich-quick plan might actually land her in a courtroom instead of a TV studio, we have to look at the unexplained loans that just came to light. Sarah Ferguson's past hasn't just come back to haunt her, it's allegedly threatening to bankrupt what's left of her reputation. Reports suggest that a massive shadow has been cast over her finances following the 2026 release of millions of documents by US authorities. It is claimed that 6 of her private companies are now being officially wound down, leaving her business empire in total shambles. But the real shocker isn't just the failed businesses, it's the whispers of unexplained financial support that have recently surfaced. Sources indicate that while Sarah was publicly struggling, she may have been receiving much larger sums from controversial figures than she ever admitted. Rumors indicate that a staggering £2 million in alleged support is now being scrutinized by researchers and biographers alike. It is believed that this isn't just a matter of old debt. It's a question of where that money really went and what was promised in return. According to insiders, the discovery of these figures has sent a shockwave through the York family, leaving Beatrice and Eugenie to wonder how much they truly knew about their mother's private dealings. The situation has reportedly grown even more radioactive, with the emergence of claims linking Sarah to yet another disgraced public figure. It is claimed in a newly updated biography that Sarah allegedly maintained an intimate, high-stakes friendship with a convicted American music mogul. Reports suggest they met in luxury hotels across Europe and Africa, with rooms costing upwards of $50,000 a night, all while Sarah was supposedly strapped for cash. Insiders say the princesses are horrified by these new associations, especially the claim that they may have been brought along to high-profile parties when they were still teenagers. It is believed that this was the final straw for the sisters, who are now reportedly desperate to distance themselves from the York brand before it sinks their own futures. But Sarah allegedly has no intention of going quietly into the night. She's reportedly hiding out in a high-end Austrian chalet, fuming over what she calls fabricated nonsense. But while she prepares her legal defense, she's also reportedly preparing a final, savage play to secure her future. She's allegedly realized that if she can't be a royal, she can certainly be a survivor, even if it means burning the very bridge that connects her to the king. To understand her final desperate move, we have to look at the secret villain contract that is currently sitting on her desk, waiting for a signature. Sarah Ferguson is allegedly ready to trade her royal dignity for a 7-figure paycheck, and the plan is more villainous than anyone expected. Reports suggest that after being dropped by nearly every charity she once represented, the former Duchess has been dealt a villain card by top crisis PR experts, and she's reportedly planning to play it. Sources indicate she is currently in secret negotiations to join the upcoming season of The Traitors US, a move that would see her lean into her scandalous reputation for the sake of survival. It is claimed that Sarah sees this as her only lifeline to settle her mounting debts and escape the radioactive label that has haunted her in the UK. But while a reality TV pivot might solve her bank account issues, rumors indicate it's causing a total collapse within her family. It is believed that Princess Beatrice is sobbing over the idea of her mother becoming a professional reality TV antagonist, fearing it will be the final nail in the coffin for their royal standing. According to insiders, the king has already issued a stern warning. If Sarah takes the stage, there will be no coming back to the palace fold. The stakes couldn't be higher. While Sarah reportedly hides out in the Austrian Alps, weighing a contract that could make her the most talked about person in America, her daughters are allegedly left to pick up the pieces of their shattered public image. Reports suggest that Sarah is insisting she can turn these lemons into lemonade, but the price of that juice might be her relationship with her children. Insiders say she is tired of living in hiding and is ready to reshape the narrative on her own terms, even if those terms involve exposing the family's darkest secrets on camera. But as the world waits to see if she'll actually sign on the dotted line, a much more immediate crisis has reportedly struck. Sources indicate that a recent face-to-face demand she made to King Charles was met with a cold, absolute refusal, a move that has allegedly sent Sarah into a tailspin. With the king's door locked and her reality TV gamble hanging in the balance, she's reportedly reached the end of her rope. To see how this royal tragedy finally concludes, we have to look at the heartbreaking ultimatum that Beatrice and Eugenie just delivered to their mother. The ultimate collapse of the York family isn't just a possibility anymore. Insiders say it's officially unfolding in the shadow of a heartbreaking ultimatum. As of May 2026, the distance between Sarah Ferguson and her daughters has reportedly grown from a rift into a canyon. While Princess Eugenie celebrates the news of her third pregnancy, the joy is allegedly bittersweet. Reports suggest that for the first time in their lives, Beatrice and Eugenie are being forced to keep their own mother at arm's length to protect their children from the radioactive fallout of Sarah's past. It is claimed that the piling on the pressure has finally backfired. After years of acting as her financial and emotional shield, the princesses have reportedly realized that they cannot save Sarah without sinking themselves. Sources indicate that a final private meeting took place where the sisters allegedly told their mother that while they love her, they can no longer be her get-out-of-debt-free card. The message was clear: the bank is closed and the royal protection has reached its expiration date. But as Sarah sits in her Austrian retreat, facing a £19 million legal ghost and a future without her Duchess title, the world is left wondering what happens next. Is this truly the end of the line for the woman who has reinvented herself a dozen times? Or is she currently drafting a final chapter that will leave the monarchy reeling? One thing is certain: the York family we once knew is gone, replaced by a cold reality of survival and self-preservation. The story of the Duchess and her daughters is a haunting reminder that even in the world of palaces and princesses, there are some debts that love simply cannot pay. What do you think? Did the daughters make the right choice by finally drawing a line in the sand? Or should family loyalty always come first, no matter the cost? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the real drama behind the headlines, don't forget to give us a like. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.